Yo, what's up, guys? James Carter TV, and it's time for my NFL Week 4 predictions and picks. Last week I went 10-6. I'm now 32-16 on the season. That is a 66.6666 percentage. Out of every 3 games, I get 2 games correct. And I mean, that's fine. I mean, sure, okay. But I would really love to get that up to 70%, make me more trustworthy. And right now, against the spread, I'm like 22 and something I don't care about. Again, if you really want to know my spread picks, I'm not a big spread guy, but what I do, I have the scores for every game in the description box. So just make sure to click see more down there, or show more, whatever the hell it says down there, to show all of my scores for each game if you're interested in that, against the spread. And I'm not a great against the spread, so I wouldn't listen to that. But if you really want to know what I think, go down there and look at it. Or if you just want to know the score, then go ahead. But this is just my straight up pick 'em games, and I'm gonna do that. So 32-16, I want to get that to 70%. I think we can do that this week. So why don't we get into the games? I mean, we might as well. I mean, that's something we might as well just do. All right, so let's start off with the Thursday night game with the San Francisco 49ers at the St. Louis Rams, and this is my first of a couple of upsets this week. I have the St. Louis Rams winning this game, and look, I mean, I picked the 49ers to win last week, as much did America. A lot of America agreed with me there. But I picked them because I thought that coming off of that bad loss in Seattle, back home, Jim Harbaugh was going to say, okay, guys, we need to win this home game. We need to regroup. They were unsuccessful completely. They looked outmatched. They looked outnumbered. It was ridiculous. And now this game, they're even more banged up. Aldon Smith, he's not only banged up, he's just a lunatic. He's going to be going to rehab. Patrick Willis is banged up. He's questionable. I'm not sure if he's going to play. And that really worries me. Vernon Davis didn't play last game. Is he going to play this game? I don't know. This is a chance for the St. Louis Rams to win. If you remember last year, the San Francisco 49ers did not beat the St. Louis Rams. First, they tied. 24-24, they tied. And then the Rams beat the San Francisco 49ers with Colin Kaepernick. Both games actually had Colin Kaepernick. The first one, Alex Smith played about a quarter, then the concussion happened. And then Colin Kaepernick replaced him, still lost. So the Rams have been successful against Colin Kaepernick. And we're talking about the Colin Kaepernick of old. He hasn't looked like the old Colin Kaepernick so far, 2 out of the 3 games this season. So I'm picking the St. Louis Rams to go 2-2, 49ers to go 1-3. And if you remember, I am the one that said the 49ers would not make the playoffs, and right now that's looking like a more possibility. So there you go. All right, so let's start off with the 1 o'clock games. We have the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills, and this could be an upset here. I mean, I'm getting prepared for it, but CJ Spiller seems to be banged up. The Bills, they still don't have Stephon Gilmore, Darius Byrd, and now Leotis McKelvin may miss this game. I think he will miss this game, but I could be wrong on that. So because of this, I will pick the Baltimore Ravens, even though I kind of do want to pick the Bills because, I mean, even though they lost to the Jets last week, they did beat Carolina at home, and I mean, it's whatever. So, but I'm still gonna pick the Ravens to win this game. All right, next game we have the Arizona Cardinals at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Big news coming out today, and that was that Josh Freeman is being replaced as the Tampa Bay starting quarterback. Now, is this going to influence my pick? A little bit. I mean, honestly, it kind of is. I mean, and that's why, honestly, I'm ultimately picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. I'm probably going to be wrong on this, but the Buccaneers have a good defense. I mean, that's one thing they still have, and they still have Darrelle Revis, and Revis is going to be matched up on Larry Fitzgerald throughout this evening, or this morning, sorry, afternoon game. And because of that, I can't see the Cardinals putting up too many points, so I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to kind of get back on track a little bit, not much, but a little bit, and win at home. All right, next game we have the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Minnesota Vikings, but it's really not at because it's a London game, Wembley Stadium, And I mean, I'm really the Steelers, man. Let me just tell you, man, it's so hard to pick them to win this game. Um, Ike Taylor was on Pro Football Talk on NBC Sports Network, and he was just like, "Oh, well, the playoffs are looking like a bad deal. Like, I don't know if we're gonna make the playoffs." Like, what kind of attitude is that? You're supposed to believe, hey, we're gonna come back, we're gonna do good, and that worries me that Mike Tomlin does not have this locker room headed mentally in the right direction. But still, I'm still gonna pick the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this game. The Vikings can't cover. They can't cover anybody. They can't cover tight ends. Can't cover wide receivers. And I think that's when Antonio Brown. That's when Heath Miller's coming back. Emmanuel Sanders. We already know about all these idiots. Le'Veon Bell's coming back. I think this is when the Steelers win, get somewhat back on track. They're gonna lose games after this. This is going to be the game they win. Minnesota Vikings will be a top 5 pick this upcoming NFL draft. Sorry, Vikings fans. Last year was a fluke, period. Alright, so next game we have the New York Giants at the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I gotta go Chiefs. Did any of you see the score of last week's game between the Giants and Panthers? So yeah, now you understand why I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. Not much to talk about here. Alex Smith hasn't thrown an interception. I don't see him throwing one against this Giants defense that I don't think has allowed or has gotten an interception yet. Oh no, Tony Romo threw a couple week 1, I think. Maybe, I don't know. But still, I mean, Alex Smith, he will manage this game correctly and the Chiefs will win. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants, won this game, but I just can't pick the Giants. I just can't do it. Alright, next game we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, this is going to be my upset pick of the week. But with Maurice Jones-Drew not playing, that he may not play, and I'm telling you, I may update this on my Twitter to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I really think the Jaguars can beat the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts are going to be way too high, way too up here. Second straight road game. 2 straight road games are tough, people. They just went to San Francisco. They're going to go down to Jacksonville. That is tough. Blaine Gabbert, who I like more than Chad Henne, and that's not saying much, is back. I make YOLO. I'm picking the Jacksonville Jaguars if Maurice Jones-Drew is healthy. If he's not, expect this pick to be flipped. Alright, next game we have the Seattle Seahawks at the Houston Texans, and I really wanted to pick the Texans. Oh, actually, I didn't want to because I hate them, obviously. But, I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I just think they have all kinds of guys that can cover the Houston Texans wide receivers, and they only have 2 of them. And one of them is, he has a concussion, he has a calf injury, he has a knee injury, he has a back injury. I mean, I don't know what kind of injuries Andre Johnson has anymore. And DeAndre Hopkins is not that good. I don't care what he did against my Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to pick the Seattle Seahawks to win this game. They're going to win 13 games. They're going to lose against San Francisco, Atlanta, and one other team, but they're not going to lose at home. This one is on the road. They were bad on the road last season. I think Pete Carroll made it an issue over the offseason to get better on the road. I see them being better on the road, going 5-3 on the road right now, and going 13-3. So there you go. So anyway, next game we have the Cincinnati Bengals of the Cleveland Browns. And I really want to serve another upset this week. I'm throwing out these servings, upset here, upset there. Is this gonna be one? I can't do it. It's too tough for me. Injuries. There's not much for either side really. So it's hard for me to say that. Well, this guy's injured, so this is gonna make this team be gay and this team's gay. You know what, YOLO, I'm picking the Cleveland Browns to upset the Cincinnati Bengals, and these are words I just said. Alright, so, next game, we have the Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Now, probably since I'm picking all these upsets, this is where I should stop taking upsets and just take the Chicago Bears. But I'm an idiot. So, Detroit Lions to win this game. It's just, I can't see the Bears just, all these wins. It seems like it's too much. Lions face Packers next week, so I think they're gonna win this week, get their ass kicked next week, not lose both weeks. See, I have to project a little bit. You gotta add a little bit of that in there. So it's tough for me. I may switch that to Chicago. The more I think about it, first of all, I picked the Jaguars and the Browns, so I might as well be safe, right? Being safe is probably something I should do. And it's something I will do. Okay, I'm picking the Chicago Bears to win that game. Just flip like a maniac. Alright, so we have the New York Jets. Actually, no, I'm picking the Lions because the Bears were on the road last week, going on the road this week. Still, like, I hate picking teams that have gone on 2 straight road games. It is tough for me. I'm switching that to the Detroit Lions. Sorry, I'm a flip-flopper. Alright, we have the New York Jets at my Tennessee Titans. This should be no surprise to you. I picked the Tennessee Titans to win every game this season. You may laugh at me for that, but I'm 2-1 when I'm picking for this team. And I'll be 3-1 after this week. I mean, it's as simple as that. Jake Walker had his second, not his first, second best game as a professional last week. I expect him to carry that into this week. I expect Chris Johnson to finally break off one of those long run for touchdowns that we haven't seen. But it takes Chris Johnson a while to get going. Even in his 2,000-yard season, it took him a while to get going. But this is one of the better starts he's had to a season. So expect big things from Chris Johnson down the road as his schedule gets much easier. There's a stretch where he faces Oakland, Indy, Jacksonville, Indy, and those 4 games. Woo-wee! Expect big Chris Johnson numbers for those games right there, and it's gonna be amazing for me to view. All right, so next game we have the Washington Redskins going up against the Oakland Raiders, and I'm picking the Oakland Raiders to win this game. I mean, I'm so low on the Redskins, it's kind of ridiculous. And I think Terrell Pryor can run all over the Redskins defense, similar to how Michael Vick did it. So there you go. All right, next game we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Denver Broncos. I mean, this is Broncos. Peyton Manning's MVP. I mean, I picked him as the MVP before the season began. He's going to be the MVP. I mean, there's no more debate. These past 3 weeks, he's done it 3 basically primetime games. One of them was obviously a primetime game. It was the first game of the season. Another one was a 4:25 game, yes, but it was a CBS game that everybody had. It was this game and an Oakland Jacksonville game on CBS. Everybody had the Broncos Giants game, and then obviously the Monday Night Football game. So people are seeing this. The voters are seeing these performances. He is already MVP. Period. I'm sorry, it's over. All right. So next game we have the Dallas Cowboys going up against the San Diego Chargers, and I'm picking the San Diego Chargers to get it done at home. That's another upset I had, man. I kind of lose a little bit too many upsets, but I'll take them. All right, San Diego Chargers to win that game. All right, so we have the New England Patriots at the Atlanta Falcons. I'll go with the favorite. I'll go with the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, Patriots are 3-0, but they haven't faced a team like the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, Patriots have beaten the Bucs, the Jets, the Bills, and they haven't even beaten them impressively. I mean, even last week, they beat the Bucs like what, 23-3. Unimpressive to me. Tom Brady looks the worst I've seen him. I mean, I don't know what he's doing. So I gotta go Atlanta Falcons. I have to. I mean, it's something I have to do. All right, and then finally we have the Monday Night Football game, the battle of the undefeated games between the Miami Dolphins and the New Orleans Saints. I gotta go the New Orleans Saints. I mean, it's in New Orleans. I'm going to pick the Saints in New Orleans. So you might as well expect that behavior from me. You might as well expect that constant behavior from me. Saints, oh, it's in New Orleans. I'm picking the Saints. That's what I'm going to do every game. You might as well expect it from me because that's what you're going to see. Miami, I'm sorry. I know. First of all, I'm already eating crow. I expected the Dolphins to go 7-9. I kind of still expect them to miss the party off, and I'm probably gonna eat crow for that too. But I gotta go, Dolphins fans. Let's bring it down. You guys are way too high right now. You're not gonna beat New Orleans in New Orleans. We are forgetting how good they are in New Orleans. They're great. We're gonna be reminded of that this Monday. All right, guys, there you go. James Carter TV, my NFL Week 4 predictions and picks. What are yours? I mean, I kind of want to know what you think. I mean, not really. But you might as well leave a comment. It helps me. It helps you. We can get a discussion going and all that bull crap. So anyway, guys, James Carter TV. I'm out. Peace. Follow me on Twitter at James Carter TV.